Hello and welcome back to another video. My name's Harry Evans and I'm a recovered binge eater. I'm on a mission to raise awareness about binge eating and help you stop binge eating if you are a binge eater. Now if you haven't checked out my other videos, please do, but you might know that I am a recovered binge eater. I used to binge eat daily, weekly, monthly and yearly because it did consume years of my life. But I'm now fully recovered and I want to help you. Today we're going to talk about binge eating and alcohol. Alcohol is enjoyed by many people. We all love a cheeky beer or two, a cheeky wine, a cheeky cocktail, me included. I love being healthy, I love going to the gym, getting my steps in, eating nice food, so on. But I also like having a drink with my friends, family, when the time is right. If you're a binge eater, you should be able to enjoy this too, without being worried about setting off your binge eating. So, if you drink alcohol and it leads to binge eating, please do watch this video because I'm here to help you. If you haven't checked out my other videos, please do, because I feel like there'll be a benefit to you if you're a binge eater. And if you haven't subscribed, please do, because like I say, I'm on a mission to raise awareness about binge eating and help you stop binge eating if you are. So if you like my content, please do. Think about liking the video, subscribing, and please do watch this video. So, where to start? Like I say, I want to discuss alcohol and why it might be a trigger to your binge eating. So I think the first place to start is, what is a trigger? Now, if you're a binge eater, you may have heard this word before in the binge eating discussion. It's a word used to describe something that sets off your binge eating. So a trigger is something that sets off your binge eating. This may include being alone, eating something that's off your diet, drinking alcohol, something upsetting or stressful happened to you, so on, so on. So a trigger is something that happens or occurs to you that leads you to then binge eat. And this can be drinking alcohol. Now, how can you identify if alcohol is a trigger to you regarding binge eating? Now, alcohol can be a trigger for many things. It can be a trigger for stupid decisions. It can be a trigger for eating rubbish food, even if you're not a binge eater, so on, so on. It can have many negative impacts on our decision making. Obviously, it can be fun. It can enlighten. It can heighten our experiences of a night out and so on, or different events. But it can lead to bad decisions. And when you're a binge eater, this is something you must consider, because binge eating is a bad decision for you. And alcohol heightens that decision or increases the chances of this happening. And if you've clicked on this video, you probably know that drinking alcohol leads you to binge eat. So how can you identify if this is actually the case? Well, like I say, one, if you've clicked on this video, then there's a high chance that alcohol probably does set you off in terms of binge eating. But if you start drinking alcohol, and I know it's hard for us to be in the moment in this modern world and so on, but if you're drinking alcohol and you're not enjoying where you are, you're not interacting with your friends, you're not enjoying the event you're at or so on, you're just like in the back of your head, you're thinking, what can I eat next? Or I can't wait to get home and eat. Or I can't wait, now I've drank this alcohol, I can now then go and binge eat. If them things are happening and you're in your head, you're thinking about your next meal or the food that you get to consume at the end of the night. So that's a big thing. Just thinking about the food that you consume at the end of the night, because like I say, majority of people like a kebab or something at the end of the night, but binge eaters will distinctly just think about that moment of getting that kebab or getting that pizza or getting that nice bit of food that they can get at the end of the night. And even sometimes that'll be why they go out and drink, because it's normalised to go and eat food at the end of the night. Binge eaters will take this as an excuse to then go and get that kebab or get that fast food, so on, after they've been drinking, because everybody else is, and they've normalised it so it doesn't look as bad. But the main distinction is people who go out and have a fast food takeaway, or they have a kebab, or they have a cheeky pizza, so on, whatever it is, whatever your tipple is after you've had your tipple, they just do that out of habit. That's what it is. they have a few drinks and then they're going to go and have some food, whatever. But as a binge eater, you'll just think about that. You will think so much about the food that you get to consume after your night out. And if this is you, then this is likely, alcohol is likely a trigger for your binge eating. Obviously, if you've had episodes of where you've been on a night out, drank a lot, drank a little, whatever it is, and then you've binged eat on multiple occasions, so I'd say more than 3 times, I would say you can identify this as a trigger. And I'll do other videos on what other triggers are and so on, so you can help identify them, because that's part of how you stop binge eating, is identifying your triggers. And you're doing well here by watching this video. But if you've had experiences where you've drank and then binged eat on more than 3 occasions, then alcohol and drinking alcohol is a trigger for your binge eating. Now, what can you do about it? I think the best way to start is what I did about it. Because like I say, I used to be a binge eater, and alcohol was definitely one of my triggers. And I think it was one of my triggers for multiple reasons. So I used to diet Monday to Friday religiously. I'd eat as low as 1,300 calories sometimes to try and stay nice and lean. And then as soon as it got to Friday and I was invited to go out, I didn't want to be antisocial, so I would still go out, but my diet would go out the window then. Because in my head, I drank that alcohol. There's no point in me trying to make good choices anywhere else. So I'd let my diet go. Because I'd been so restrictive in the week, and then I touched the alcohol, the diet was over. I could stop being so restrictive. But because I had been so restrictive in that week, I'd then blown it by drinking this alcohol. That then gave me the excuse and free rein in my mind to then go and binge eat. It was because I drank that alcohol, I now had free rein, and because I was a binge eater, free rein meant eating everything in sight. And that's why, because I was so restrictive in them days that I wasn't drinking, that the days that I was drinking, the drink gave me an excuse to go and binge eat, and I did. And what makes it worse is, the day after, I would do 2 things. I either wouldn't eat anything, and that would be a terrible decision, because then a couple of days after you would start binge eating. But then the second thing that would happen sometimes is the second thing that would happen, sorry, I'm getting a phone call there. So I would either not eat anything, or the second thing that would happen is I would just binge eat all over again. And then there'd be an endless cycle. So you'd start drinking alcohol on the Friday, I'd binge eat in the night time, I'd wake up, I'd either not eat anything, or second, I'll continue binge eating for the whole day. And then I've got 2 days of binge eating. And then Sunday, I feel depressed, I feel guilty, I feel ashamed, and so on. And that's the horrible cycle of binge eating. So, what can you do about it if alcohol is a trigger for your binge eating? Obviously, I touched on there, restriction. I've said in my other videos, if you're a binge eater, do not diet. Do not diet. Whether that be a cutting goal, where you're looking to lose fat, or gaining muscle, where you're looking to increase your calories in a calorie surplus and put on muscle, do not do it. Do not track your calories. Do not diet. Whether this be Monday to Friday, Monday to Sunday, do not do it. When you're a binge eater, you can't do it. You will be able to do it, but at this moment in time, you can't. So don't. So number 1, don't diet in the week or the days that you're not drinking. Number 2, do not, and I mean this, do not stop or do not consume nothing the next day. So once you binge eat the day after, don't punish yourself. Once you consume on the day after, do not punish yourself. This is really important because you don't want to go into the cycle of binge, restrict, and that's what we're currently doing. So try and do everything to cut them out. So number 1, if you stop restricting, you're then obviously cutting that cycle of restricting, and then you binge, which hopefully we will beat the binge. But at the minute, when you go down and then you restrict again on the following day, you're obviously in that cycle again. So if you're not restricting, you're obviously not here, and then eventually you won't binge, so you won't be up here, you'll stay here. So do not restrict the day after. Do not punish yourself. Try and eat as normal as you feel. And I'd say my third tip would be getting the mindset of not binge eating. So if you decide, or you've discovered that alcohol is a trigger for you, when you drink alcohol, take it upon yourself, get in the mindset that you're going to drink this alcohol and not binge eat. Because drinking alcohol is a whole nother topic, whether we should or shouldn't, or how you can when you're dieting and so on, and you can touch this way down the line. But when you're a binge eater, your number one focus should be, obviously, go and enjoy yourself, and this should all be part of the challenge, but the challenge is to go out and drink and not binge eat. Now, not binge eat doesn't mean eat nothing at the end of the night, because of course you can eat something. Eat a kebab, eat a pizza, eat a chocolate, eat a salad if that's really what you want to do. Eat something, whatever. But you know what binge eating is. I know what binge eating is, and it's a loss of control, overconsumption. Your challenge is to drink alcohol and not overconsume or lose control regarding your food. They're my tips if you are a binge eater and are drinking alcohol and it is a trigger for you and it's leading you to binge eat. If you want any other advice, please do drop a comment on this video, because I'll be happy to help. And please do give me some suggestions on what other videos you would like regarding binge eating, what you are struggling on, so on. Like I say, I'm here to help, I'm here to support as a recovered binge eater. So I hope you found this video useful. Please do like and subscribe if you did enjoy the video and you are a binge eater, and I'll see you next time.